Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to yet another Historical Humans Reacts. And today we are talking stolen Aboriginal spears. However, this one,
Oh,
unlike most others, has a mildly positive outcome because they're actually being returned. You don't
well,
tend to hear
it's
that.
yeah,
That's kind of neat.
yeah.
We
It's
love to
not
see
just
it.
it's not just that too. These are the first.
Ooh.
These are the first spears to have been taken. That is at least the claim by Cambridge University, um, which states that these artifacts were taken by James Cook in 1770
Oh,
as
jeez.
part of a group of 40 taken from what is now known as Botany Bay, but was then called Kamei, from Aboriginal tribes as sort of a souvenir of his sailing there. Uh,
Oh, God.
the Having been taken in 1770, it would make them the oldest Aboriginal artifacts to be abducted by the British. So they're coming home. At least a few of them, because I don't believe it's all 40 going back. It's just the ones Cambridge has.
I was going to say,
Okay.
probably not all of them, but at least they're making some mild effort.
Yeah, yeah. They're being returned to the La Perouse Aboriginal community, which I do believe is the community that lived in the area at that time.
Yeah. So far, they've the chairperson for the council, Nolene. I hope I'm saying that right. Tim Berry called the spears like enormously significant, and again, to someone who might not be proficient in archaeology or the concept of repatriation, might just see it as four spears. What are they going to do with it? They don't use them anymore, or something like that. It's culturally significant,
Mhm.
and that's the thing. Like culturally significant objects, uh, here in the U.S. too. We might not necessarily use them, but we have them on display, and we have reverence towards them, and these people have reverence towards these spears.
A lot of it goes down to the fact that it was taken without their consent and to be able to return the items because it is culturally significant. You know, it's I do a lot of work with indigenous communities, and a lot of what they tend to believe and say is like it's more about having ownership and control over your history versus having someone else dictate that. And also even further beyond that, it's almost equivalent to where, let's say, America is our culture, the United States of America. Some British man comes in and takes the Declaration of Independence, the Bill of Rights, and all that, and goes, "This would look quite lovely in my British museum," and then they just take it and leave, and you go, "Well, that was important for us. That was kind of our thing,
Yeah,
you know."
yeah. This is the British saying, "You can't have the Liberty Bell. We're looking at it."
Yeah,
Yes,
Yeah.
and
Uh,
then 100 years later, they go, "Well, we're just preserving it from you because
you
you
would
wouldn't take
destroy
us."
this thing that you revere.
Yeah, exactly. You
Um,
would destroy it.
yeah.
It's good for us.
To get back on the spirit of this repatriation, which is actually a very expedited and well received one. Uh, the University of Cambridge received the request for the repatriation of these spears in December. It is now March, and the spears are being repatriated. So a 3 month turnaround time. That is a unusually rapid speed for a lot of these.
So small distinction
Most,
there. Small point of note is
yeah,
after years of campaigning for it, they responded
yes,
to the formal request.
yes, but the formal but Justin, a lot of the time these formal requests are made and they languish for up to a decade before any response is even
I'm
given.
aware. I'm glad
And
that they had a quick turnaround with
and
the.
and usually the response is not the one the people want.
But this is
So I'm just
also
saying, like,
to Cambridge's credit. This is a lot of big. This is a part of a huge wave of repatriation, and the article does talk about it towards the end, where it becomes a lot of other big repatriation efforts. I mean, they talk about the decades of campaigning by indigenous artists to return a lot of this provenance, and even the British Museum that we tend to give a lot of shit to did actually repatriate some. of the famed Benin. I want to say benign, but Benin.
It's Benin, I believe. Yeah,
Benin bronzes,
I
and
believe. Yeah,
other
Benin.
artworks stolen in 1897 to Nigeria. And
Yeah.
in October, the University of California, Berkeley also announced that it would repatriate thousands of cultural artifacts, including human remains.
Yeah. So yeah, but like the point I'm trying to make with is like with this one is that like the years of campaigning have been for like all the artifacts, all 40 spears.
Yeah.
Cambridge University received the official request 3 months ago and actually did something with it. And just the spirit of actual forthcoming is something that I think deserves some applause here, uh, especially given some of the statements by Shane Williams, who is an elder of the Darawal Nation, which is a sort of broader cultural group that encompasses the tribe from which these spears were taken. Um, which he made a couple of statements describing the spears as priceless and emphasizing the value that they have to the community, and just the fact that this was handed over without you know years of kicking and screaming from Cambridge is something that should be the norm. It should be what is expected, that the time between your request being filed and you receiving the artifact is literally just the time to process and verify the paperwork. Like that really should be the only delay for a lot of these things.
And I think that might be a good place to end.
Yeah, I mean, I think the final wrap thoughts should just be more stuff should be repatriated. Cultural ownership and stewardship should be based on the communities and places involved, whether they want to display it on a museum or not. And I think on that mildly positive note.
Yeah, because I mean, like and just to say one last thing, like the tribal elder even went out of the way to thank Cambridge for caring for the spears as well as they did, because Cambridge did do a good job of preserving it. It was actually treated with respect on both ends, and that's just something we don't always see.
Yay!
I just feel very warm feeling. Yay!
Do you want to do the quick plug then, since we haven't?
Sure, I can do it. So with that, subscribe to us if you like what we're doing. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Be sure to leave comments recommending other things you want us to talk about if you are so inclined. And please do us a favor and mosey on over to our wonderful online storefront, Humanitarian Collections. Humanitarian Collections is currently supporting the Trevor Project. So when you buy one of our community-made art pieces, you will be helping to prevent suicide among LGBTQ youth. All of our current artwork is made by members of the LGBTQ community, so you are buying LGBTQ art and supporting an LGBTQ cause. So it's a very good thing to do all around. It helps us out. It helps them out. Be sure to check out the site.
And thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next video.